Recently, we ran a split test between Facebook and Instagram, in which Instagram ran away as a clear-cut winner. So today I only want to focus on Instagram ads so you too can experience the same results, if not better. Let's begin. Hey, Atime, if we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day, are you running Instagram ads? And if so, what have been your results? Let me know in the comment section down below. First, we need to look at exactly where our ads are going to show up. So if we look at Instagram, what it tells us directly, we can advertise on stories. So you see here an illustration of what a sponsored post looks like. And right there, so you see it's more of a vertical display. And then you have the swipe up to shop, to learn more. So you see a full interactive way of advertising here. All right, and then you can also do photo ads, which here you're seeing the Instagram feed. This up here, this is the stories. You know, when you click on the top of the screen where you have the stories and they flash for a couple of seconds and then you scroll through, this is your feed. As you can see right here, you can do photo ads, you can do video ads, you can do carousel ads, and it gives you an illustration of what that looks like. And then you can also do collection ads. So you see right there. And then the new feature or the new placement that they added about 6 months ago is the Explore. Reach people in a discovery mindset by extending your feed ads to audiences who are looking to expand their interest beyond the accounts they follow. So you see right here what that looks like. As you can tell, once you're in the Explorer, it looks mighty similar to the feed. And when you go to Explorer, all you have to do is, if you follow that screen, you're seeing how to get to that Explore feature. So let's go through and wait a couple of more seconds so it can show us how to do that. And there you go. All right, so this is the opportunity. These are the placements that we are talking about when we're advertising on Instagram. So now's the time to launch our Instagram ads. As you can see here, we're in the ads manager. So if you've run any Facebook ads in the past or even Instagram ads in the past, then this is familiar to you because this is the hub of advertising. We're gonna select a special ad or a ad that's in the special ad category, which is housing. And then for our purposes today, we're gonna go with a traffic campaign. We're not gonna worry about the name. We're not gonna worry about split testing for the time being or optimizing from the campaign level. We're just gonna continue. The ad set, again, we're not gonna worry about the name for our purposes today. Since we selected the traffic campaign, we have the option of sending traffic over to a website, an application, Messenger, or WhatsApp. For our purposes today, we're gonna leave it on the website. So at the ad level, we're gonna be asked to submit a URL that we want to drive the traffic to. We're not gonna worry about dynamic creative, which is a form of split testing. And we're not gonna worry about an offer at this time. And when it comes to the audiences, since we selected an ad in the special ad category, credit, employment, and housing, those are the three categories that we would need to highlight under the special ad category, we are restricted in the targeting that we can do. Now, simply because we're restricted in the targeting does not mean that we're not able to reach the end user. We're just not able to reach the end user in the same way that we were able to. So we were we had more direct avenues, more direct filters to get to the end user that we want, but we still have the ability to reach them. It's just not as clear cut as it was in the past. So that's why it's important whenever you're advertising to think of campaigns rather than just ads. In the past, you would just run an ad and it would seem to work most of the time. But now you need to think of campaigns in the terms of a strategy where you're going to send an ad to accomplish a specific goal, and then you're going to do a retargeting ad to pull out the leads that you want. So start thinking in campaigns rather than just singular ads, because it's not going to work as well as it did in the past. So just giving you a full heads up on that when you're thinking of just in singular ad form. All right. So with the special ad category, we are restricted in what we can use. You see here, we can still use custom audiences, and what you see here is the special ad audience, which is similar to the lookalike audience, just with less targeting capabilities. We're not going to worry about custom audiences today. We are going to go with people living in a certain location, and we're going to advertise in Chicago today. So we're selecting Chicago, and as you can see here, we start with the 15-mile radius, and that is the minimum that we can start with. In the past, you started with 10-mile radius, and then you could drop a pin and get a little bit more molecular. So when you drop a pin here, let's just drop it right there. You only have the option of deleting. So you can drop a pin and you leave it at 15 miles. In the past, you were able to drop a pin and go down to a mile radius. That's no longer the case since you're running an ad in the special ad category. You are no longer able to select based off of zips, ages, or genders. You are still able to select the language that you want to target. And then with detailed targeting, most of your demographics have gone away. So we have to take interest into consideration when it comes to targeting. So in today's video, if we want to pull out some home buyers and home sellers, we're gonna go with Zillow interests. And then we're gonna narrow down the audience. As you can see, there's still a good amount of people that are gonna be reached that are in this area and have Zillow as an interest. So we want to reduce it a little bit more. So we're gonna add and must also match a Trulia interest. So people that have a Zillow interest and a Trulia interest, those are gonna be a little bit more refined and have some more intentionality behind them. So you see here, we reduced it to $370,000. If you want to narrow down even further, you can do that. You can go to Realtor.com, and you see we have almost a 60,000 person reach. So we're actually going to leave this audience. So when it comes to targeting, we don't start off with millions of people. We start off with a couple thousand or several thousand. It's more than a couple thousand. And then with connections, you get to see, or you get to highlight people who like your page, and this is your Facebook page. Friends of people who like your page, exclude people who like your page. So you have various options when it comes to the assets that you already own, which essentially are your business pages. But we're not going to worry about the connections for this time being. Since this is mastering the Instagram ads, we are going to focus on that today. And we're gonna do manual placements. When you're running Instagram ads, this is basically where you go to highlight the Instagram part. You see here, if we were to leave everything highlighted, then basically we're doing the automatic placements. But since we want to advertise on Instagram only, we need to do some unchecking here. And I'm gonna leave the places that you can advertise on Instagram. So we're gonna go with Instagram feed, Instagram Explore, Instagram Stories, and those are the only 3 places that you can advertise on the Facebook platform today. They first started with Instagram feed, and then they moved on to Instagram Stories, and then as about 6 months ago, they started with Instagram Explore. And this is telling us that they are going to increase the placements. As they find other places to monetize Instagram, they will take that opportunity to do so. So just because you're seeing 3 on the screen today, if you're watching this video in a month or in a couple of months from now, chances are that you're gonna have another placement. So that's coming up ahead. That is something that they're gonna actively be doing and increasing their placements. And the best way to advertise on Instagram, I have found, is to split test. And split test because every single placement you see Instagram feed has its own dimensions. So you see we recommend a square 1x1 images and vertical 4x5. So you see that the feed looks a little bit different than your Instagram stories. And we saw that in the original advertising guidelines that Instagram itself gave us. So whenever you're going around and advertising on Instagram, I highly suggest that you split test the 3 for performance. And when you're split testing the 3, make sure that you have the dimensions appropriately lined out. And when you're advertising on the Instagram feed, make sure that the image or the video fits appropriately. Same thing with the Instagram stories, because if you go with an Instagram feed image that fits those dimensions in the Instagram stories, you're going to be left with a blacked out area over here and a blacked out area over here, or grayed out. So essentially, you're not maximizing the exposure that Instagram stories can give you. So that's a pro tip right there. You do want to individualize, test each of these placements individually so you can see which one is working best. But for most of the campaigns, and I probably shouldn't say this, but for most of the campaigns, you're gonna find that Instagram feed is gonna give you the best results. I still want you to split test and prove me wrong, but Instagram feed, you're gonna find for the most part, it's gonna give you the best bang for your buck. All right, so we're gonna continue. And we will for sure make sure that all of the mobile devices are on. All right, and when we go for optimization of ad delivery, you have the option of landing page views, link clicks, impressions, and daily unique reach. We want to optimize for landing page views. And we see here, we'll deliver your ads to people who are more likely to click on your ads link and load, that's the important part, load the website or instant experience, which instant experience is more of an app-based ad, which you'll see here in a few seconds. So we want to optimize for landing page views, which means that the web page actually loaded up rather than just link clicks, because it's very easy to click on a link and immediately bounce out, which that didn't give us too much of a reward because they never even saw our web page. All right, for the daily budget, $20 is more than enough for that particular audience. So you will have cycled through that audience within 3 days. So you are completely fine with that. And when it comes to budget, it's a common question, how much should I spend? I like to get to the answers much quicker. So I'll either go with, on an audience like this, I'll either go with $20, $50, or $100 and run the ad as quickly as possible to start getting some results, rather than do $5 here, $5 here, $5 here, essentially dragging out the results. And that's my personal preference. But prior to the special ad category being introduced, I was a bit more of a stickler where $1 for 10,000 people reached. But since we are now reaching people that are a little bit different, they're not as filtered as they were in the past, I am trying to get to the answer much quicker. I hope that makes sense. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. Also, don't forget to check out my Facebook Ads Mastery for real estate leads, which includes Instagram ads as well. Link in description. Then you're gonna select the ad name. You're gonna select the page that you want to advertise from. And right here, you can certainly link up an Instagram account. Just know that you don't have to. You can actually advertise on Instagram from your business page and only using your Facebook business page. So know that it is best practice to go ahead and advertise through the linked Instagram account, but you don't have to. So there you go. And these are the formats that we saw earlier in the advertising guidelines that Instagram gave us. You saw the carousel ad, you saw the image or video, and then you saw the collection. So all of these are available on the feed. So you have the feed, you have the stories, and then you have explore. So keep that in mind. We're gonna go with the single image today, and then that instant experience that we saw at the ad set level. Create a full screen, mobile optimized landing page or interactive AR experience that opens instantly when people interact with your ad. So that's something that you can be split testing with, but for our purposes, we're gonna go and stick with the single image. And to add an image, you're gonna go to add media, add the image, add video, or add from catalog. So catalog something that you've already uploaded to Facebook. You can create a slideshow. I'll show you what that looks like right here. And it gives you more of an interactive feel, which on Instagram performs much, much better. So anything that you can show that has some movement in it, it's gonna help you out tremendously. Oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. So show 3 to 10 images on a video up to 15 seconds long. So you upload those images and it gives you the templates to work from, and it'll make it a bit more dynamic. And then you can also create a video. So create quick videos from images. Upload or select up to 6 images to see how they look in a variety of animated templates designed for mobile. So you see here, again, it's more of a way to make dynamic ads, or I shouldn't say dynamic ads because there's another type of ad that is dynamic, that's different. So more interactive ads. That's the best way of saying it. All right, so for our purposes today, just to keep it simple, we're gonna go with add an image. And then we're gonna go with, let's just go with the house. And this was the second step of identifying what the public is gonna see. Your first step was actually selecting the page that you're gonna advertise from. The second step was selecting the image. You do have to have either an image, a video, a slideshow, something that fits in this box right here, or else it won't run. So if you think that you can only advertise via text, that is incorrect. So you either need to have a image or video, a slideshow, or something in this box right here in order for it to run. And since we selected a stock image, know that this is a Shutterstock image, and the watermark that you see running across the picture, it will go away. So you're good in that regard. And when it comes to the primary text, this is the text that you're gonna see up here at the ad, for the actual ad. With your ad, you want to have a lead magnet. You want to have something of value that people want to exchange their information for. So you want to offer something that a home buyer or a home seller would like to have and are willing to give you their name, their phone number, and their email in order to obtain it. So one of the things that you can do, you can advertise is a property itself. So if you have a property, let's just say that had either a price drop or has a unique selling proposition or is in a hot area that you know just sells so quickly, you want to make your advertising, but also make your lead magnet the rest of the details. So you're gonna have an image right here, and then you're gonna sell the property or the lead magnet in your ad text and in your ad copy, and then point them to additional details, which when they go to the additional details, they're gonna be asked to give you their name, their email, their phone number. So the best way of doing that is doing your ad copy up here, writing a headline right here, and then the description, you'll see it right below the headline on the right-hand side. And the URL that you use is very important, because since we're running a traffic ad, that means that we are pointing our advertising to a website of our choosing. And that website of our choosing, typically to have the best results, should be a landing page. And a landing page is nothing more than essentially a page or a website that is very easy to view, very easy to understand, and very easy to know what is expected. So on a landing page, you're gonna reiterate whatever you're promising up here, and then you're gonna be asking for their name, their email, or their phone number, or anything else that you want to include. I suggest that you leave it to those three, the top three, because that's gonna give you the best results. So the name, the email, and the phone number. So you don't try to over qualify them from the front end. No sense in asking for 10 pieces of information, because if you do at that point, people are not going to submit their information. So with that URL, I suggest that you point them to a landing page that will have that, again, reiterating what that ad copy was, and then a box for them to submit their information. So that information goes to you, and then you're able to deliver whatever it is that you're promising. In this case, if you're promising the rest of the details for that property that you're advertising, then you're either going to send it to them manually, or you're going to deliver it to them from an automated way from your, let's just say, your email responder or your CRM, if it does happen to have an email or text as part of its functionality. So you would put the URL right there. On the call to action, you can label it however you want, but I suggest that you leave it with learn more. And then you're gonna make sure that your Facebook pixel is turned on. So in this particular training account, I don't have that on. And the reason that it's giving me a required missing link is because I haven't put the URL. So let's correct that real quick. So I'll just put a URL, so that goes away. And then I'm gonna move myself, and you press confirm, and you've launched your Instagram ads. Well, now that you know how to master Instagram ads, check out this video, which is that split test between Facebook and Instagram, in which I share the exact ad copy that made Instagram a clear-cut winner. If you found value in this video, please be sure to subscribe so we can talk again soon.